So let's talk about limitations on position. We've talked about dynamic positioning and how you get your body weight right over the pedals, but we haven't talked about where you would be on the handlebars and why you would be certain places. You do see people that are riding along and they try and be as aerodynamic as possible. They want to be efficient, and wind cuts down on speed, so they ride like this. And the problem is that everybody has a limitation on hip flexors. Okay, my hip flexors get about 110 degrees. That's as far as they go. Okay, I can't bring my knee up and touch my nose. So if you're folding yourself in half, what you're saying is that you can do this, which I've not seen very many people be able to do. So we're going to use the one-legged pedal stroke drill to set up limitations on how far you go. If I'm all the way upright, I can get this pedal over the top fairly easily without moving my hip. If I bring it down a little bit, still have my arms bent, my actual position when I'm riding here, I can still get that pedal over the top without my hips moving. If I bring it all the way to the end, still works. This is pretty much end range of motion for me. In season, you'll find that you probably gain a little bit of range of motion, and you can go a little bit lower as far as stem position. But as far as my regular pedaling position, I am from here to out here. This is what I call a scary handling position. If you have to get on the brakes really hard, or if you have to get through a corner, anytime that your center of gravity has to get lower, this is probably where you want to be. However, you're going to notice if I do this nice and slowly, I don't get beyond there. Okay? I am at beyond end range of motion here. If I am pedaling the bike outside of my range of motion, every single time the pedal stroke comes around, it is pushing my hip out of the way. I've run out of range of motion here. It pushes the hip out of the way. My sacroiliac joint adjusts to compensate for that. And what happens is my hips are doing this. They're bouncing all over the place. And it's taking my spine with it, which means that muscles fanning across the spine have to fire just to stabilize my spine. I'm basically torturing my lower back. Don't do that. So you see people riding like this, and you see their hips going up and down, up and down. By the time they're here, they're pushing one side over with the other. There's no efficiency built into that. So riding position, pedaling position is going to be from here to here within range of motion.